Thank you, Chair. Can I first start by saying that we are all displeased that we were given sufficient time to prepare for this meeting, the mayors, and we did not use that opportunity to prepare for this meeting. So this gives us a lot of displeasure. And it's actually what the MEC was saying, that we seem not to understand the significance of this forum. So we will make a special plea that we understand what this forum is all about and we respond appropriately. This is a meeting between the Executive Council and the mayors to engage. This is not something of our own creation. This stems from legislation that we are a cooperative government, but also that we are expected to give support to municipalities. We can't cooperate if we do not know the issues that you are dealing with. We can't provide support if we do not appreciate your challenges. That is why we are here. And of course, we are not engineers. We can't come to this meeting to come and draw engineering plans as to how to solve water problems in whatever locality. We are not engineers. So we listen to the issues and together, we develop strategies to address these issues. And today we started a process of all of us being in one forum to listen. Of course, other agencies also have to participate, the boards, the national departments, the SOEs. They have to be part of this process. And there must be serious engagement. Listen to one another. Develop solutions. As the MEC correctly points out, this will never be a talk shop. Let's develop solutions. I don't want to critique presentations that were made, but I listened carefully. And I was assisted by my chair. We were listening, sometimes we were discussing. Some presentation didn't even follow the template. I mean, you are provided with a template. You don't follow it. I mean, how do we engage? Some were too elaborate, giving detailed listing a number of villages. We want to deal with strategic issues. If you tell us that in Madiben this is the problem, you don't have to list Bulantlokwe, Kabalatsani. You don't have to list all those. But again, this forum, we want to hear from you. What effort have you made to secure a solution? This is not where you come and complain and throw your hands up in the air. And because you are dealing with the problem, not like MEC Saliva Molapis or MEC, on a daily basis, you should demonstrate to us that you made a serious effort to secure a solution to that problem. You can't be flippant. You can't just passing, just mentioning things. You have to demonstrate as the mayor. I mean, I can ask a question. Let me ask somebody from Ruth Mompati. If you talk about water in Mamusa, where is the pipe from Bloemhof? How far is it? Are we going to talk about 6 kilometers every year? It's just 6. What are you doing about it? Have you paid intense attention to that pipe that it must be completed now? 6 kilometers. To Mamusa, now you come here, you don't even mention it, but you are looking at solutions. So because you are the mayor, you must look at solutions seriously. And when you come here, we must be convinced. You can say, we need financing, we need financing. You need financing. Are you a bank? What financial institution? Solve the problem that is there. Let's solve the problems. Let's solve the problems. Demonstrate that you are grappling with the problem and you are getting to a solution. And show us that you contacted many instances that can provide you with a solution. I mean, the MEC says we have not contacted Mahalis to come up with a solution. I mean, I don't understand why a municipality like Rustenburg, like Madibeng, like Moses Kotane, they don't tell us how much private sector is contributing. I can't understand why they are not telling us. I know that there's a breath water treatment plant, and I know that the mines are contributing. But is this all they can do? I mean, in Moses Kotane, I mean, those mines, I mean, what are they contributing? So I'm just saying that I don't get a sense that we are really seriously searching for solutions. You know, a municipality like that one, like Dichobota, where you have Afrikaners there. What was the minister there from the National Party? Fanny Skuman, something. You know, a right-wing municipality. Ferdi Hartzenberg. You know, right. But the private sector is making a contribution. It's making they even fixed traffic lights. Now, what about in Madibeng with so many mines? What about in Rustenburg with so many mines? It appears as if we think a solution will come from somewhere. It must come from you. So let me just say that I'm really pleased that some municipalities are looking at SLAs and so on. This relationship with others that is not regulated is problematic. How does district of Ngakamudiri Mulama provide water to Tswai if they don't have an SLA? How does that happen? And Ngakamudiri Mulama is still negotiating the SLA with the water board. For how long? For how long? You know, let's do these things. MEC, you'll have to assist maybe with negotiations between the boards and the municipalities. They must close this thing so that we know what they expect from the board and what the board expects from them. And let me underline this point. We are one government. These boards are established to assist us. I'm not saying they are perfect and so on, but don't look at them as if they are not there to provide a service. They were created precisely because municipalities did not have capacity. Now, if we reject them without demonstrating that we have capacity, it's a problem. If we have capacity, yes, we can say we don't need the boards. And this competition, we have to eliminate it, where the locals say, no, we don't want the district to do it, we can do it on our own. I mean, those locals in Ngakamudiri Mulama, I think only Mafike has some, I don't know, maybe it's semblance or it's real capacity. But the others, I mean, Ratlo Kurbata Dirambatu, Pare. So they need the board, they need the district to help them. So please, let's look at these SLAs. I don't know how you relate. I think of trying SLA, let's sign it, the district. Let's look at these things really But another point that is important, mayors, we were thoroughly embarrassed with MEC Malloy when the minister was here. The minister is coming to meet with you. In an effective and fruitful manner. So you must know what are your hotspots. When you meet with the minister, today you didn't demonstrate that. I didn't hear anyone say, these are the hotspots. You know, we can have an emergence of protest from this area. No one said that. When you meet with the minister, you must know. And you must also tell us, what are you doing about them? When you meet with the minister, what are you doing about them? And you must say, which will be intermediate interventions and which will be long-term. And you must say to the minister, whether you have human resources, whether you have equipment, and whether you have finances, and where will you get all these, and in what time frames. Intermediate term, how are you addressing issues? In the long term, and do you have human resources? Do you have equipment? Do you have the finances? If you don't, how are you dealing with the situation? So this meeting for me is quite useful. The technical people are meeting, and the minister put it quite clearly. I thought you were going to reiterate it, MEC. We must all contribute. We must all contribute. You can contribute through your own finances, or you speak to the private sector. We must all make a contribution. But in terms of hotspots, acting mayor, is it acting mayor? In terms of hotspots, please, let's have that report and tell us. Let's try to preempt these things. We are not trying to stop protests. We are giving people services where there are no services. Let's deal with these hotspots. Let me conclude by saying that I took notes here about, I have comments about all. I mean, I don't understand why we have a lot of water in KK and there's no water sometimes in Matlosane and sometimes in Makwasi Hills. And mainly is because we do not speak to one another. We've started a conversation with the MEC. We met the chief executive of Medval. And so, but this conversation could even start between Medval and Matlosane. Local government is not our child. Local government is a government on its own. It's a government, so it must take the responsibility as government on its own. It's not our child, so that myself and MEC Malloy should go to Medval and say, no. You are government, Matlosane, you have the right to go there and speak to Medval and say, how do we resolve this problem? I want to say that I'll be happy if you can engage mayors with the SOEs, whether it's the Development Corporation, whether it's the Tourism Board, engage with the provincial department, engage with the national department, engage, don't wait for this forum. Don't, next time you go to this forum, say, why it's in the national department, tourism, bua le bona about this project go tswai le kana ba bitsang ele nang le aviary ena le dinonyane ele Ganspan o buile le bona do square le tela tle khadimang o Baberspan, yeah, Baberspan. But I want to say that I'm happy we are starting. Last year, you know, we started very well with the mayors and running around. Kuzofuneka start umgangatho subeke phezulu manje. Ngathi kuzoba nzinyana phasiya khona masiya phambili. Kuzofuneka sonke sisebenze. Sonke. You know, sometimes I try to explain this thing that we started this thing of accelerated service delivery even before there was thinking about elections. We are doing it for the people of South Africa. We have not been doing the way it should be done. All of us, including the provincial government, we admit, we acknowledge. But this is the time now to do it. Myself and the MEC will be going to the districts. And when we get there, we should find you all in an embrace. All of you in an embrace that will reflect to us that these people meet regularly and they talk about these things. So we'll be visiting all the districts. We don't want to see this thing that it appears there's a schism between the district and the local. But wait, I can't look at meeting, ki bua kare ki negative man. Ke rata ka re go kana le dilo tse di monateng yana tse ke di bua. Ke utlwile mayor wa Maike a bluffa ka di tennis court man. Ke tla itumela mayor acting mayor ka bluffa ka tselele man. Gore bone le MEC molapisi ba idirile ka bonako. Or ba bluff ka sengwe se se dirile le MEC mo senogi sa culture ku Swartregens go re dirile sengwe sa culture. But I want to say that I think I see a commitment because the majority of you are here. And I know you have resilience and you demonstrated that during the COVID-19 fight, because that was a real war. And I want to say that we are ready as the provincial government to give you support. We are ready, we are going to travel this journey together. And we are going to make sure that where you need assistance and where we can provide it, we provide it promptly. With these few words, I don't know, DG, whether there are any announcements. I wish you a safe journey back home. The MEC, Malloy, has indicated the way forward, and when we go and visit you doing the rounds, will be the word that you ticking the box. We'll be ticking the box to ensure that all these things that he has mentioned, you have done. Is there anything else you are leaving out? No. Thank you very much, and so the meeting stands adjourned.